He's a notorious LeBron James hater. If you follow Skip Bayless, you know this, but clearly that hate for LeBron James is generational.
On The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God ripped into none other than this guy.
LeBron's had way more all-star help than Michael ever thought about having. My eye test tells me that Michael's better. We're just sort of doing vacuum to vacuum, just what do they look like? Johnny Manziel will become even bigger in the city of Cleveland than his buddy and business partner LeBron James ever was in the city of Cleveland. LeBron James was made for the regular season.
The pest that is Skip Bayless.
Toward the end of the second quarter, Bronny went coast to coast. He got the ball and took off from one side of the court to the other, and before defenders could properly react, all right, it led to a really good dunk. I don't know about y'all, man, but as a father, I love seeing other people's kids do great, all right, especially when the parents have achieved greatness. I don't know. It's just something dope about watching kids, especially black kids, excel, especially when we have watched the parent of said child break generational curses, and watching the kids excel is just more evidence that the generational curse has indeed been broken. I mean, there's really nothing you can do but salute this. Unless, of course, you're Skip Bayless.
Can he, right now, at 52 years old,
Right here, right now.
beat LeBron one-on-one? I mean, and beyond, come on.
Stephen A.
Oh,
Smith.
gosh, don't do this.
He just might be
Don't do
He
this.
just might be able to.
All right, Skip Bayless tweeted out, "Hey, Bronny, impressive, but your dad would have dunked it left-handed. You sure got away with it, though. Skip, when he gets to the NBA, I feel like Bronny's fair game, but right now he's a 17-year-old kid in high school. Does your hate for LeBron James run that deep that the kids have to get it too?"
Unfortunately, in this day and age, especially considering Bayless's track record over the last 20-some years, to this analyst, the kids are fair game. And here was his reasoning.
The point is, when this took off, I look back at my tweet and I said, I didn't intend this as criticism. I intended it as a commentary on what I saw. Number one, I didn't rip him. Number two, he's almost 18 years of age. And number three, I tried to explain to her that there are three huge narratives right now in the National Basketball Association. Number one, where is KD going to play?
Right.
Number two, will Russ ever be traded for Kyrie straight up in some way, shape, or form? Will they trade places? And what's the third biggest narrative, if not it rivals number one and two, is will LeBron be able to play with Bronny and or Bryce, but just Bronny, let's just keep it to Bronny. Will LeBron be able to play with Bronny within 2 years?
A few things to consider. The first, hearing a man who has gone after LeBron James to boost his own clout for, again, roughly 20-some years, to then go after LeBron's kids is odd. However, as Awful Announcing writes, it's completely and totally on brand. In reality, Bayless received the exact reaction he sought for his tweet. The backlash opened the door for him and his undisputed co-host Shannon Sharpe to dedicate 11 whole minutes of their A block, which is terminology for the opening block of the show, to LeBron James' son, simultaneously placing Bayless at the center of the topic. Y'all remember when the Rachel Nichols tape came out? Do you remember what she said when she opened that episode of The Jump?
So the first thing they teach you in journalism school is don't be the story.
Skip Bayless is basically the antithesis of this practice. He has built a career by becoming the focal point of a story ever since he teamed up with Stephen A. Smith, who, by the way, blame goes on his shoulders as well.
I'm an antagonist, and it's by nature.
The fact that you got a foreign player that doesn't speak English, that needs an interpreter, believe it or not, I think contributes to harming the game to some degree.
Answer this question.
Sure.
Name one Republican presidential candidate you would vote for over Barack Obama.
I don't want to say...
He's speechless. He's
I'm
speechless.
never speechless. I will say this, though. I would strongly consider Mitt Romney. For one reason and one reason only. The man knows how to make money.
In lieu of Bayless's top 3 off-season basketball subjects, to put Bronny James in the top 3 says a lot about Bayless's purview of the game of basketball. I think a lot of people, respectfully, would not have Bronny James in their top 10 subjects. So it says more about Skip and his profession and his perspective than it does the NBA fan. Former NBA player Jared Sullinger wrote, "Now you attacking kids, you are truly corny." Dan Greenberg called it generational hating, and Joe Knows YT had arguably the best tweet of them all.